Hey, good morning. Good morning, morning. Hey, Valerie, Patrick, Dan, Alan, David, Al, Harry. Morning, morning, morning. Yeah, we got, we'll look at Tesla here in just a minute. Of course, their earnings came out last night and dropping yesterday. Who said they had a negative bias on Tesla? If I could push the rewind button, we'd go back and talk about that. 145 is the area I expected to drop to. So we'll check out the charts. And Kareem asked me to touch on oil. We'll look at that briefly. There is weakening demand on oil. Judge Dib asked me about diesel yesterday. Why is diesel back down to gasoline prices? Well, there is less demand for trucking right now. We're kind of in this trucking recession. I posted that in Discord yesterday. Let me see if I can pull up the article really quickly. There it is right there. Pop that up. While I'm at it, let me grab the S&P 500 chart from yesterday. I'll throw that up here. But first, let's go over the disclaimer. So remember, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. I may be full of crap. This presentation here, informational, educational, fun, is not a recommendation to buy or sell any financial instrument. If you desire personal financial advice, hire and consult a financial advisor that has a fiduciary duty to take care of you. If you're new to me and new to Discord and new to all that stuff, just take a chill pill. This is not a race. All right? Everything's going to be okay. Every day is a waterfall of opportunity to trade and make money in the market. Discord's brand new to you. I know. And if you're brand new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you can chat with us. I have live stream chat going. You got to be a subscriber. And while you're at it, you might as well hit the bell with the notifications for all notifications so you get notified when I go live every single morning to talk about what's moving today. That said, and if you're not a subscriber, like you haven't jumped in Discord, the link's in the description. It's like $5 for 3 months, or you can buy one of the other products. We've been hawking opening bell alerts, which is my one day trade I do. If you're new to that, thank you for putting your trust in me. Hopefully I will do right by you. Anyway, yeah, so let's jump into actually what we came for. So dismiss updates. Everything's always updating. So S&P 500 chart, we're just hanging, and we may get another pullback. So cautious there. Now the freight recession is what I was talking about on oil and diesel right here. The largest cargo drop since the pandemic. I thought everything was rosy and great, right? That's what they all keep telling us. Like everything's growing, everything's huge. We can't get the products that you want to buy. This does not fit the narrative. What's happening? So there's potentially a trucking bloodbath on the horizon. The American Trucking Association seeing tonnage drop, the largest decline since 2012. All right, we're blowing away COVID. Now, is that bullish for higher diesel prices and oil prices? Not really. Now, diesel prices are not oil prices, and oil prices are not diesel prices, but diesel is one of the primary distillates that gets sold out of oil. Gasoline used to be a throwaway product until the invention of the gasoline engine. They used to just dump it in the rivers. If you didn't know that, check it out. Rockefeller didn't become profitable until the gasoline engine on all his plays, all his oil and gas plays. So if you don't believe me, go look it up. It's in the history books. So we used to just dump gasoline. Like that just used to be a waste product. Like something like 70% of a barrel of oil used to just get thrown in the river because we didn't know what to do with it. Then we figured out how to build a gasoline engine and sell that extra waste product. Anyway, so there is a weakening demand and weakening tonnage, hugest drop in years This is important. I mean, these are the kind of things, I don't post this stuff in Discord just for my health. Like, these are the kind of things that, way ahead, these little flags are popping up, and it's stuff to watch. All right, so we could get another big pullback in oil. We'll kind of hit that chart here in just a second. It's down the list here. Well, that's not a refreshed list, so let's refresh it. There it is, down the list here. All right. S5FI, still hanging in the upper quadrant. We may get one more pullback before we can rally right up to the 80. This is the logged scale, so looking at it that way, kind of balanced. We're hanging out near the middle. Seeing another pullback we never go straight up. I mean, look, everything gets a volatile swing in here. We didn't really do one of these big freakouts. We did a little one right there. We may get another one before we can rally right up to 80. Yes, this is S&P 500's futures. We are pushing the range of that Friday candle. We start breaking below there, probably heading on down. Probably. All right, so what is that level? It's just below us here at 4140. That's the candle from Friday. So watch out, set some alerts. I've got my alert there. You can see the orange line, orange dash line. You can see it keeps popping up, 31, 41, 39, 75. If that hits, I'm going to get alert, and we're likely to drop. That's where I put the arrow yesterday. If some way, somehow, we can get a move up through these highs, we're going to go up. But right now, looks like we're going to come down before we go up. That's where we're at. Couldn't break out through the prior high. Retrace. Typical pattern. We see it over and over and over. What's the ETF for S&P 500? SPY. So this, I'm looking at SPY. Essentially, just move the decimal one number and maybe take off an extra point. All right. These futures move 23 hours a day, 5 days a week. They're closed from Friday afternoon until Sunday evening. Reopen and start trading again Sunday. Trade all the way through Friday. Closed 1 hour a day between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern time. All right. Moving on. In Q, this is QQQ. Probably coming right back to the bottom of the box one more time. We found support. That's once, twice, 3 times, my lady. Maybe. It was resistance on the way up. Resistance here, resistance here. Where does the box come from? We have to rewind way back over here. It's the range that we had a year ago, back in March of 22. All right, moving on. Russell, this is Russell 2000. This is your small caps. IWM. In Q was QQQ. NASDAQ, NDX, QQQ. All right. Russell right here, IWM. Hanging out. This one outperformed to the downside on the banking freakout and keeps having trouble breaking out. Yeah. At this point, without the breakout and 3 days rolling down, probably going to come back down to the bottom of this box. Bottom down, retest these lows one more time. Could extend lower even. We may see a lower low. That's entirely possible. That lower low could look something like... Oh, wrong fib tool. Get the right fib tool. Could look something like that. 1670. Ouch. Just be careful, please. All right. Dollar still churning. Probably going to break down. Get the extension down here to the mid-90s. Highly likely. You might say, but JT, you're saying the stock market can pull back and the dollar drop at the same time? Yeah, sometimes these things aren't correlated. They're correlated when they're correlated, not when they're not. They don't always have to move the same. That's what I keep saying. Please pay attention. Causation is, correlation is not causation. They're not necessarily the same thing. If the dollar moving does not directly move the stock market, then you're just looking for, it's a loose correlation. maybe it doesn't always work. All right. Netflix yesterday gapping down a bit on earnings. Probably going to go test the roadmap line. As I said, we'll probably come down here, find support, and then potentially bounce. So we have another 10-ish points to go before we get there. And that can be a measured bounce setup too if we hit that pink line right there. We've already hit the 50%. Looking for a little push lower, probably that 309, 310, 311 area. That would be beautiful. We hold there, push higher. That is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pattern for going higher. Tesla earnings. Who cares what they said? I mean, they beat on the top, didn't on the bottom. Came in pretty close, 1% off on the estimate. But outlook maybe not as rosy as people were expecting. I've had this giant oval target on here for weeks. Looks like we're darn close to getting it. Now we find support there, same as Netflix. That's super bullish. Yesterday I was on here beating the drum saying that I gave slight advantage to this pullback. It actually looked more, that's actually the most bullish pattern, was to get a pullback right down there. Yeah, I deleted all the other crap that was up here. All right, any questions on Tesla? TSLL getting a massive pullback, obviously. It's leveraged 1.5x on the shares. This will perform, it's on a percent basis. If you read the prospectus, it says like if Tesla's down like let's see, if Tesla's down 10% today, this one will be down 15%. If Tesla's up 10%, then this one will be up 15%. All right, that's kind of how that works, 1.5 times. That's just good round numbers. So TSLS, this is a 1x. This is not a leveraged. This one, the performance should be on par with Tesla. All right, and then we have another one down here. This is a Tesla Bear ETF, another one. And it looks like it's getting a nice pop today. Be a potential breakout above here. I would watch the Tesla chart though, not this chart specifically. That can bounce down here and roll over. We may see a quick touch of that 45 to 50 area on Tesla, and then rocket ship, baby. May not even make sense. So oil, gee, who predicted that? I didn't even draw this on here today. This was from a few days ago. Oil is bullish if it bounces right here. Same fib pattern. If you're interested in these fib patterns, I teach them in the fib class. It's jeffreytrader.com/fib, F-I-B. If you want to learn how to draw the fibs and predict these kind of things. But right there, probably coming down to this zone. If it can find support here, that's bullish. If it breaks down below 70, we're probably going for an extension down here around 59. That's kind of like the line in the sand. Do we bounce here or do we break down further? All right. So in that same vein, I threw USO on here. Probably going to pull back further. Target right around here at least. And may go lower below that. And then UCO, my favorite long one. This one is a leveraged. Probably headed back to this area. If it does, if it gets right down in here, I'm going to set some alerts right now. If we get down in here on UCO, I'm probably going to load up if we bounce. Like if this bounces right here, and the CL chart bounces, that's going to be like load up the boat, because this is a power setup. Seriously. Then the other one, SCO, this one goes up and this is like an ultra short, so a leveraged short on oil. That one may bounce down from this level right here, right at the roadmap line. Can't draw straight today. So watch for that right there. All right, the market just opened. My watch freaked out. That's kind of weird. There it goes. All right, so the market's open. And Russell still selling off a little bit. All right, moving on here. DHI, nice pop. That's right to the extension there, 108. Watch for it to retrace again. That may have been all she's got. May retrace, of course. She may consolidate here a couple days and then push out to the extension at 113. Looks like that retrace is likely going to happen. All right. Hey, Robert, morning. Glad to have you. New member. Welcome, welcome. And Jan, morning. Morning. Friday Eve, yeah. So Calyx popping up a little bit. Still below the roadmap line. That's still bearish. TLSQ, we already covered. XPO, nice pop. Completed the head and shoulders failure. Now popping. This one can break out and go now. That was head and shoulders failure. Beautiful. Held right there. It's time to go. It's above that. I mean, that's a long play right there. Yeah, above the 618. Target 49. Beautiful setup right there. Beautiful, beautiful. That's an entry, especially if it closes here above here today. 49, possibly even 54. All right. Win. Yeah. Not much pop. Little pop. Not much pop. Probably going to retrace. That's consolidating here. Could extend a little more, but probably going to go for a deeper retrace. LVS could rally up to 68, but at some point she's going to retrace deeper. Didn't quite do it back here. Didn't quite make the roadmap line. Some point up here, it's going to get that retrace. Be careful. We can keep extending a little bit. Like this little correction right here gets us maybe 63, possibly 66. The higher we go, the more likely it is we get a retrace. GDXU, 3x leverage miners, just a minor little something. Nothing to really talk about. TSM, again, we got to get above this stuff right here to get the extensions out. USO, just mentioned, looking for that. Move lower at this point. FFIV, lower low, rejected off the roadmap line. Earnings beating on the top, beating on the bottom, but still getting slammed. Obviously, they did not say what people wanted them to say. DHR getting slammed back to the lows. Probably, it looks like it's wanting to make a lower low. NXPI getting slammed. Probably going to come back down to this area right in here is where it looks to me. That was a three-wave move up, so an extension down would be highly likely at this point. Could hold in this area and go higher. If we break below this low, going lower. ALB, pushing lower. Grab the line. Get below this, we're going lower low more than likely on ALB. All right, bias for the day. Unfortunately, kind of bearish, especially if we break down below that low from Friday, which we're getting darn close to pushing. We can hold support there and go higher. Super cautious, super cautious. And we consolidated right there below that line for several days and then popped. Now we're consolidating above it. We can pop again. If we start breaking below it, though, we're probably going to break right back down and go to the roadmap line. So that's the bias for the day on S&P 500 and the general market. All right. Be safe out there. We'll continue the conversation in Discord. Let me know if you got further questions in Discord, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for coming, everybody. Bye for now.